Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another episode of PodCats. I'm your host for this one, Connor Gillock. Alongside me will be Coach Jeanette Burgin of the women's basketball team here at Culver Stockton. Coach, good morning, and how are we doing this fine morning?
Good morning. Good morning. I'm doing really well. It's a little cold, but doing well. I'm in a nice warm office right now.
Yeah, the cold trek over here was not pretty, but it's winter. So
Yep.
talking about winter, this point of the season, about 9 games left in your conference play. How would you evaluate your team's growth, both on the court and the chemistry and culture of the side?
Yeah, no, this group is just a fun group to coach. They make my job a little bit easier than some other groups. But it's always fun to get to know a group each year. You lose pieces, you add pieces, and the culture is the same, but the chemistry is different. So just learning this group and how well they mesh off the floor it is so much fun to watch, and then they carry that on the floor and vice versa. When you have a group that can do that, like I said, it makes my job a lot easier. It's a lot of fun. And you have a senior group that's been here for 4 years, that just know the ropes, that are teaching the younger ones. Like I said, it just kind of fits perfectly with the scheme that we want to do.
I know it's probably a coach's dream to have, like I said, a group of seniors been here all 4 years. And, obviously you guys have challenges throughout the year. What was your biggest challenge you faced this far? And how did your players respond to the adversity of that challenge?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing, we have more depth this year than we have had in years past, and that's challenging to any group, any sport. When you're talking about a team sport, and just trying to figure out and navigate roles. I always tell my players that your roles might change year to year. You might be here for 4 years, but your role from freshman year to your senior year might be completely different. And you got to be okay with that, and you got to embrace it. It could be what you want. It could be something that you've never seen before. But this group has done a great job of talking through those, owning those, and really just performing. And I think that's a big piece of it. Of you might go from high school, never get off the floor and play the entire game, coming in here as a freshman, and that's hard. That's hard not seeing the floor sometimes. But navigating what they can do to help not just within the game but within practice. And that's the big piece, is learning how to practice hard and well, even though you might not see the floor at the end of the day. But this group has played extremely well in that role, in the sense that they're busting their butts, so it has allowed me to get more people on the court during games. And that's every coach's dream, and that helps ease that process, that adversity early. And they keep striving for more and more, and that's really exciting as a coach.
Yeah, it's really good. Obviously, you talked about the depth, and like I said, it's hard. This day and age of basketball, obviously, so
Mhm.
many talented players out there, and it's hard to get people minutes whenever some people think they need minutes, other people don't think they need minutes. But it's great though that you have that depth, and everyone's able to gel together and
Yeah.
want to strive to get better. And with you at the helm of everything, what aspects of your coaching philosophy do you reinforce to your team throughout the season, especially at this point of the year?
Yeah, this point in the year, it comes down to that small thing, that small word, details. I pride myself on it as a coach, focusing on the details of the program, within our office, within the things that we do here. And I remind our players it comes back to the details. And then the next piece of that is the defense creates offense. Hard work usually pays off more than the talent itself. So paying attention to those details and making sure that we're doing the little things. And a lot of it comes down to that defensive philosophy, is defense creates offense. Let's continue to grind it out on the defensive side of things. Let's win those 50-50 balls. Let's have that grit, have that passion, have the excitement to play defense before offense. And I think that's sometimes a lost mindset in young athletes, but this group has bought into it and they strive in it, and they've actually helped me see some things that I didn't think that we needed to work on. And they're pointing them out and they're like, "Hey coach, can we work on this?" And I said, "Absolutely." So when you have a group that's hungry to continue to grow within those small details, that defensive scheme philosophy, like I said, it makes my job so much easier, and exciting to coach this group.
Yeah, I mean, I like that you're talking about defense, and I think defense is probably one, yeah, so more important. Obviously, I've seen you guys play several times this year, and the how you guys defend is, it's aggressive, it's awesome. You make teams uncomfortable, and it shows how you guys have
Mhm.
been playing these last few games. And this kind of gets into my next question here. From the offseason till now, from your opinion, who or what has been the biggest eye opener to you as a coach for this season at this point?
Yeah, I think just mainly as a group, I didn't think that I knew I'm always been a defensive minded coach. I just didn't know how well this group was going to be able to defend, especially in conference play. I mean, we have some really good conference teams that can put some points on the board. And that's one team going into tomorrow. Clark can put some
Yeah.
points on the board. I think they're top two in our conference of scoring offense. So seeing that progression from the beginning of the year to now, just our growth, we can do multiple things, and that's exciting. I didn't know that we could. I thought we could do a little bit more this year than last year, but we're still putting in some kinks and things like that within our defensive scheme, and that's super exciting, especially going down the stretch here, seeing that growth, not just playing man-to-man defense, but playing our 1-3-1 zone that we like to play and then extending it into the full court or even a three-quarter court. Those are things as a coach's dream, to be able to mix things up consistently and be good at it, not just mix it up just because you have to change the flow of a game, but you can do it because you trust your group that they get it, and that's exciting, being able to see how well they've grasped our defensive philosophies, in everything that we do. So that's the biggest thing for me. I mean, obviously some players that you think that can do some things for you, but you just never know until they get on the court. And our those are key pieces. A lot of our kids that we brought in, whether it be freshmen or a transfer, they have stepped on the court, and just bought into that philosophy right away, and that's exciting to see. And hopefully, down the stretch here, like you said, we have 9 games. I'm hoping that we can continue to make some small changes within our defensive scheme that will create some offensive possessions for us.
No, it's super exciting and it's awesome to hear. This kind of leads into my last question. Looking ahead to the rest of conference play, you said 9 games left, with even the possibility of postseason, which you guys sit currently fifth, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
What areas are you eager to reinforce, or what excites you about the rest of this year?
I think, I mean, I don't look too far ahead. I mean, 9 games left, but you want to take it one game at a time, um, and having that mentality going down the stretch, not looking too far ahead, like, oh man, we have 9 games left. Who can we beat? Who can we not beat? I think you just got to focus on that next game. Enjoy it when you win it. If you lose it, you got to figure out why you lost it or what changes you can make. But I think that's the focus that we need to look at going down the stretch, is just not looking too far ahead, staying focused on that one game at a time, and really embracing it and taking it all in and enjoying that process, and continue to be successful within those moments. Then those create the outcome. This group has not dwelled on previous games. We've been able to quickly turn around, win or lose, and compete at a high level the next game. And that's a big piece going down this stretch, is making sure that we're not peaking too early, and knowing that there's still some things that we can do to make some big changes, that could help us win some games down the stretch. It doesn't get any easier. I mean, conference play is tough. Like you said, we're sitting fifth. We have an opportunity to continue to climb. here in January, and that's our goal. Just kind of focusing on the January schedule, but game by game, we have a couple games left here that we need to capitalize on.
Yeah, I like that you talk about taking it game by game because I think it's important with basketball, really, because you can't just look too far ahead in the schedule, like, oh, this looks like a win, this looks like a win. No, because
Right.
I mean, it's hard. It's hard American Conference. Anybody can come out any night and beat anybody, which we've seen several times with different teams throughout the year. And it's gonna be exciting to watch your team the rest of the year. I know I'm excited to watch from the sidelines. I know our commentators are ready to call games for you guys, and I hope the fans at home that are watching this are excited to watch you guys play the rest of the year because it's gonna be an exciting run for you guys the next
It
nine
it
games.
really is. I'm excited for this group. I think they can do some special things down the stretch, and we need that fan base. So come out and join us.
So that's gonna wrap things up here, Coach. I'd like to say thank you once again for hopping on. I know it's 10 a.m., so it's not too early for you, but
Not too early. I've
not
been
too
up
early at
for a
all.
while.
I'd like to thank you once again, everyone, for watching at home, and we'll have more podcasts coming your way. Thank you once again, and have a good
Thank
afternoon,
you
guys.
so much, Connor.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.